Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Erik. How are you?
I'm fine.
I'm super excited to be here, actually.
Good.
We've been working with you guys now for about, like 3 or 4 months, helping you guys with marketing and communication. And in that research period, we learned, after talking to potential customers and existing customers, that, well, there's 7 myths that I have brought with me today to challenge you on, Jan-Erik. And I hope you're up for it.
I am.
It's going to be everything from, well, it's going to be a lot around AI, because obviously with iShare, that's kind of the leading technology. So should we just jump straight into it?
Jump in and I'll do my best to give good answers.
You're going to do great. So AI is AI. That is the first myth. What I think people mean about this is, what is really AI? You know, we've had AI for years, but I should say more around a year ago, ChatGPT was launched.
Yeah.
And with that, AI became something that everyone talks about. And it's become, at least for me, myself, a huge part of my everyday life. But ChatGPT is a language model. There's different AI modules or technologies, I guess.
Yeah, most certainly.
Or is it? So is AI AI, or does it, you know?
It's, you can say that technologies like ChatGPT or generative AIs really put AI into every people's lives on a large scale. But we, of course, have been working with AI for quite some time. We've spent a lot of time choosing our path and which technologies to utilize when creating software for the accounting industry. And as you mentioned, ChatGPT has its uses. It's great for generating text. And you have DALL-E, which creates images just by you writing in a prompt, telling it what you want.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you have Google Images that can find a person's face deep inside a video. And that happens because these algorithms within the AI is trained on millions of documents and images to help the AI create new things and also find familiar things and patterns. Yes, and that's been the case with accounting AI also. We train the model using vast amount of data, and then you get some predictions. And the prediction might come with a confidence rating given in a percentage. And what we've done is choose a new path within AI called explainable AI, or XAI. And what that
explain it to me.
Yeah, what that means is, alongside the machine learning process, we put an explainable user interface on top, which helps the user and the machine to communicate. So by doing this, we don't need those vast amounts of data to make predictions. We can present these predictions much earlier on.
So like the likelihood of how accurate?
Yeah, so you might just, after a few examples of an invoice from a new vendor, for example, you might get a suggestion on how to code the invoice with a 20% likelihood of this being correct. But we still think it's valuable to present this prediction this early on, because alongside it, there's an explanation for the user that tells you why this suggestion has come up. And the user can then evaluate whether or not this is the correct way of thinking for the AI. And by choosing to adopt this new coding, telling the AI that it's on the right path.
So it's human and machine learning in a way.
Yes. And the machine benefits from this because with the input from human users, it can reach its goals of automation much faster. And the users on their side get to be more comfortable with using the AI because it knows they know how it thinks.
Yeah, they've made they feel like they've been.
Yeah, they've been a part of the process,
exactly.
and they by knowing how the computer thinks, it's easier to let the machine work for you.
Makes a lot of sense. So going over to the second myth here, AI cannot do human work better than humans. What would you say to that?
Yeah, we would have to define human work, but
I can give you an example.
Yeah.
The way I think about this is, what is AI? AI is, in a way, just technology, right? And there's tons of examples over the path of human existence that technology has disrupted or even made humans even more capable or more efficient. So take a farmer, for instance. So everyone can relate to that. Like when the tractor came along, it's obvious that a tractor does whatever the way you did it as a human. The tractor does that more efficiently.
Yeah.
Even though there's still a human that's driving it.
Yeah. For now.
For now, yeah. There's let's not go there. but there's exciting stuff happening.
Yeah.
So how does that kind of transfer to the accounting industry?
I think that there will always be a place for humans in the workplace, but as you said, technologies come along and make big differences on what they do.
Yeah. This happens all the time.
Yeah, it happens all the time. It's happened all through history, and this is no different. I think that it's hard to imagine a future where we'll go back to manually code invoices, approve them.
Thank God.
Yeah. So I think I think I can say with a reasonable amount of confidence that AI can do, as it is today, many of the accounting tasks better, meaning more accurate and more reliably than a human. Yeah. Because the machine doesn't get tired, it doesn't make mistakes, and what the AI does doesn't vary in the same way that it may vary from person to person on how to handle a certain situation.
When it's set, and it follows the rules no matter what. In a way, I guess that's both good and bad. But in this particular case, it's good. It's like repeatable tasks that get achieved with a higher percent of accuracy over time. Especially, I think, if you have, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the more invoices that you have, the higher the risk for errors, I presume.
Yeah, or the amount of errors, of course, will be proportional.
With a human.
Yeah. So and the AI is better at detecting anomalies and even invoices that are missing. You might have recurring invoices from some of your vendors, and 1 month it doesn't come. Then you might want to know this so that you're not surprised when it does come the next month.
Makes a lot of sense. So let's move into the third myth here, which is connected to the one that we just talked about, and that is AI makes you lose control.
Okay.
We obviously touched upon this.
Yeah.
But if you could, like, to the potential CFO or like, I can understand, I can empathize with the fear, obviously. But what would you say to them?
That's exactly why we chose XAI or explainable AI when we set to implement artificial intelligence in iShare, because that way the user gets a window into the reasoning behind the suggestions made by the AI. They experience control in that way. They know why things are happening, when they're happening automatically. And
as we mentioned earlier, they get probably a bigger ownership, and they feel like they've been included in creating.
Yeah,
in a way, would you say?
With yeah, that's correct. And also, all automation is presented in a user interface within the solution in iShare also. So if there's set up some rules for automation by the AI, it's visible within the solution for the user, so that you can always edit and audit these rules any way you like. It's not like with traditional AI you have this. In all actuality, you have a black box with an algorithm that decides what to do. But in iShare, you get to see all rules in effect, and you're able to edit and make any changes that you want along the way. And with reliable data from the AI, your reports also give you more value.
So to summarize, we can kill the myth of AI, not giving you control. In fact, it actually is why you've implemented it in a way, because you get increased.
I would actually say that yes, implement AI to gain control.
Yeah. Right, we'll kill that myth then. So the next myth for you, Jan Erik, today is that AI-driven invoice handling can only work for ...
Okay. I would say that all companies who receive invoices and need to process them will see some advantages from using AI for the reasons that I mentioned on the previous points. But of course, the end ROI will be proportional to the company size and the volume of invoices in your accounts payable. Because if you only receive about 10 or 20 invoices a day, then you might consider just doing that manually. That's of course something that is not too hard to handle for any company. But once the volume reaches tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and even millions of invoices a year, then handling these types of volumes predictably and the same way and with a high degree of accuracy is important and hard. So
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, implementing AI in those scenarios would be a good idea, I think.
So the ROI is, to summarize again, proportional to the number of invoices.
Yeah, I would say so. And also if you have a complicated structure of invoice approval, then a solution like iShare and XAI might do you a lot of good when you try to manage these processes.
Cool. Okay, so this naturally takes us over to the fifth myth. AI is too expensive. Like my immediate thought here would be, in general, I think people think that technology is expensive, especially if you're a big company, like to implement and change your internal processes and everything. But what would you say? How do you measure if something is expensive in the first place? What would you say to that?
I would say that the ROI of implementing artificial intelligence in accounts payable, it's quite easy to imagine and to see, especially if you put it against implementing a new ERP system, for example. That's a long and tedious process. It costs way more than implementing something like iShare, which is based on what we have learned from previous installations. We have done almost integrations before, so we know what to expect. And we plan carefully every delivery with the customer so that they know what to expect from the process. And with XAI, you don't have to spend a lot of time doing training of the AI model. It happens along the way as you use it. So, and that keeps the cost down. Yeah. So it's not. I wouldn't say it's very expensive at all.
AI is a hype.
I think.
Someone even said that the internet was, just a hype or something.
Yeah,
that
I think
would just pass.
It's not hard to put that myth to bed.
I think we could.
Yeah, it's going to change the way we do everything. Just look at, as we mentioned initially, what ChatGPT has done, and other easily accessible AI tools that we have, and it's really no different to what's happening in accounting. What people in accounting are going to do in the future it's hard to predict, but it's not going to be coding invoices, manually approve them, and having to do all sorts of repetitive tasks with these documents.
No, I think we could safely kill that myth and just move on to the final myth for today, which is AI. It just has to be very demanding to implement.
Yeah, going back to the thing I said about the cost, it really is a very standardized delivery project. The only differences might be what type of ERP systems and other business applications that you want to integrate to feed iShare with your master data. But the only thing that really differs from time to time is any specific demands or wants that a customer might have, but it really doesn't take that long time. It's maybe a few months, but the only X factor in these deliveries is typically the customer and what their calendar looks like. So give it a few months and you'll be up and running most times.
And with that, Jan-Erik, we're through. That was the 7 myths. Thank you for being a great sport. I'm super excited to do more of this kind of sessions with iShare. So yeah,
looking forward to it.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.